Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex and I would absolutely love it if you are old here, if you are new here, if you would help me support the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It really helps to get the videos out there. It lets me know you like the content and it inspires me to keep creating. Before we begin, quick housekeeping note, I am recapping this season of Survivor. I just did an episode 2 recap. I will put it here in the cards. And also there is like a little section on my page that is Survivor 47 recap. So if you haven't seen my episode 1 and episode 2 recaps, definitely check those out. I know they're not really in the algorithm yet, so you might not have even seen them. Anyway, let us get into days 73 and 74 of Big Brother. We're not going to be here for long. We're going to call this video Is the End Already Written? Let's just jump into it. So we did have a double eviction. As we know, Leah does end up going out. I feel like there is no surprise there. And then Chelsea wins the second HOH. Now, Chelsea originally puts up Chemo and Angela, and Chemo ends up winning the veto, and he takes himself off. Rubina goes up and Angela leaves. So that was kind of where we're at. We lost Leah, we lost Angela. I do believe that the double eviction was going to be the time for Angela. As I stated already, I believe that if Angela had made it through the double, she would have made it to final 2. Do I think Angela would have won the game? No, because I don't think Angela would have had the jury votes. But I feel the same way about Chelsea. I said, hey, if Chelsea gets out of this double, she arguably may win the game, and I still believe that. I know a lot of y'all got really triggered the other day in my video because I talked about McKenzie's poor gameplay, and I think McKenzie is having yet more poor gameplay in my honest opinion. But that's just the way I feel. I feel like McKenzie's not playing the game well right now. I think that Chelsea's playing the game well. I don't think Chelsea is like a Big Brother mastermind. I just think for the players we have in this house, Chelsea is playing a game that is way more strategic than almost really anybody here. So let's get into it. We do have the next HOH competition, and we find out the winner is McKenzie, and McKenzie wins. It is the tiny, well, it's usually the tiny veto, but I guess they did the tiny HOH. So she has like a little tiny HOH key. It's really funny. We do get some talk a little bit afterwards. Chelsea talks to the camera.
HOHs? What? Are you kidding me? And hopefully top 4. My girl just won HOH. And it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy.
She says, look, I'm happy to make it to the top 5. I have 3 HOHs. Hopefully I'm going to make it to top 4. She does confirm that during the double eviction tiebreaker, she forgot a 0 in her answer. Because if you remember, she put 1,080. I think she meant to put 10,800. But she did confirm she forgot the 0. But they are glad that they got out Angela because anyone sitting next to her goes home. I do agree with that. So Chelsea and McKenzie, they do have a conversation
together. Yes. Here's the thing. Angela lied straight to my freaking face. Straight to my face. And I'm glad that I put both of them next to each other because he's not gonna have a vote in this house. Mine too, and I need to talk to Rubina.
They start celebrating their wins. They do know that they're going to be seen as huge threats moving forward. Chelsea is like, look, you know, Angela lied straight to my face. Like, I had to get her out, and Chemo as well. Like, they have decided now that the new target is Chemo, that he's actually the secret mastermind who's been lying to everybody, and he is the original target to get out this week. Now, they do talk about Chemo and Rubina going up, and then if you know, one of them comes down, obviously the replacement would have to be either Chelsea or Cam. Now, McKenzie, she wants to put Chelsea up as the renom because she wants to make it seem like they're not together. Part of me is hoping that McKenzie is this mastermind that some of y'all seem to believe that she is, and that the reason why she wants to put up Chelsea is because she's secretly hoping Chelsea will go home, but I don't think so. I think McKenzie is just dumb enough to believe that they control all the votes. Chelsea does say if it is BB Comics that they that either one of them or Cam should be able to win, and that noms will stay the same. But overall, McKenzie doesn't want Rubina mad at her next week if she puts her up. Now, she says she's going to really play on the girls' alliance. She's going to tell Rubina, look, I want all girls in the final three. And at this point, I do think McKenzie probably believes that. I think she thinks that's her best shot to win, which, okay, not sure about it, McKenzie. Chelsea says, look, she wants it to be them in the final two, though, because Rubina doesn't win anything. Then they go into this whole thing about how Cam doesn't win anything. And I don't know, I guess Chelsea seems to have this real big thing where she believes it should be two people in the final two that won their way there. Dumb game move. I mean, I think for Chelsea it doesn't matter because I still think she pretty much beats anyone. But, you know, especially for someone like McKenzie, girl, you should be wanting to bring Rubina with you. You should be wanting to bring, like, Cam with you. People who you have a chance of winning against, because you don't have a chance of winning against Chelsea. Anyway, these two, they take a bubble bath. They talk about more stuff. They, like, take a bubble bath together in the HOH tub. And then they have another talk later where it is basically agreed that they will use the veto on Rubina if she wins. Well, this is what McKenzie wants to do. Sorry.
If I win, I probably will do it. Yeah, because
Chelsea,
I'll have.
please put on your microphone.
Because I'll have. I can't play HOH.
Yeah, so you have to act like you can.
McKenzie says she wants to use the veto on Rubina if she wins. She wants to tell Cam, look, this is a move for my personal game. Chelsea's like, yeah, you know, and then if Cam offers to be a pawn, you know, that's a resume builder. He has no moves in this game. So if he offers to be a pawn, it will show that he has this amazing social game and how much he's willing to risk his game. And how much can he say that if he goes up as a pawn and he stays, he can really use that. And I was like, imagine being this delusional. Like, this is sad. This is sad. Imagine someone telling you to your face, because mind you, McKenzie's planning to tell this that Chelsea said to Cam, right? To get him to be okay with going up as a pawn. Imagine being this delusional that Chelsea's telling you, yeah, going up as a pawn is the way to go. Going up as a pawn is gonna build your resume and it shows your social game. Oh, it shows your loyalty. This only works on dummies. This kind of thing only works on dummies. Oh, I couldn't believe it. That's it, though. Day 74. Chelsea and McKenzie, they're talking in the morning. This is pre-noms. They are talking about what they're going to tell Rubina. You know, McKenzie says she's going to say, look, there's less people to choose from. Angela said some things that are kind of alarming and just make her overall feel like she's a pawn, because apparently Angela had come to McKenzie and said, look, if she or Chemo, like if Angela or Chemo win the HOH, she's safe. And that seemed to make McKenzie think that because she said that if them two win, she's safe, that they actually have a final two. I don't know. I don't know. The Delulu is out the door with these people. McKenzie and Rubina, they have a conversation.
It was me that won. Chelsea wanted me to try to put up. And
McKenzie mentions, look, I've had some concerns about Chemo. I have always wanted it to be the four of us, but I'm just not sure about Chemo. I used to want to see, you know, I want to see Chemo more than Cam, but at this point, I do have more concerns about Chemo than Cam. McKenzie says, look, Chemo never confirmed who he'd put up. And they're also talking again about this Angela comment where if Angela or Chemo won, that McKenzie would be safe. But she says, look, if I win the veto, I'm not afraid to take you down. I'm not afraid to take you down. Look, you know, girls for life. Girls Alliance. Rubina wonders if Chemo and Cam are a final two at this point. McKenzie's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. The pretending. Rubina's like, you know, my other name for Chemo is Schemo. Because, you know, I think, like, he put two girls up. Like, I don't think he obviously doesn't know about the Girls Alliance. I've never told him. But I do think he put up two girls. You know, they do talk about, or McKenzie says that Leah told her that Chemo and Angela have a final two. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I was listening to this and it's like I said, Rubina and McKenzie are two of the people that have the least grasp on the game, the least grasp on what is going on in the house. So listening to this is delusional. But Rubina decides to drop a little nugget and she decides to say, well, you know, I didn't want to tell you this. I really didn't want to tell you this. But Chelsea, she suggested to me that if I win HOH in the double, I should actually take a shot at it. And McKenzie goes, me? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. McKenzie's like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So keep that in mind. Now, McKenzie and Chemo have a conversation. McKenzie's like, well, I'm just looking for suggestions. I'm looking for answers of what I should do. Chemo, as usual, says, I don't know. I don't really have anything to say. All I can really remind you of is when I offered to be a pawn. McKenzie goes into this whole blah, blah, blah rant about how all of her moves have been for the whole house. They haven't just been for herself. You know, she's really kept everyone in mind. But she does tell Chemo that she is worried about Chelsea and that if it was her, she would have nominated Cam in the double. So again, she has been making it clear to Chemo and Rubina, yeah, I'm worried about that Cam and Chelsea duo. Yeah, I'm worried about that Cam and Chelsea duo. And again, for those of y'all who want to hold out and believe that McKenzie's actually a great game player, let's hope that this is because McKenzie's trying to plant the seeds that if Chemo or Rubina happens to get power, that maybe they'll want to target that duo and it won't have to be McKenzie that takes the shot. But I'm just not so sure. I'm just not so sure about that all. Now, Chelsea and McKenzie, they have a conversation. She starts to recap McKenzie how the conversation with Rubina went.
If so,
I don't know. It's the not recovering well from,
and I try not to laugh during it because, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
And then she says, yeah, you know, Rubina told me that you wanted to take the shot at me because you didn't want to. Chelsea's like, me? I said that? Chelsea's like, no, I asked her, what shot would you take if you win the HOH? And she said that she wanted all girls, but that sitting next to you, McKenzie, would be like she would automatically lose. Chelsea, you know, she says, I said that anyone sitting next to McKenzie would lose because, like, you're playing a hell of a game.
Not last night, the night before. And y'all were talking about the event of a double eviction. And she was asking if she would take the shot at me, because you wouldn't.
Because I wouldn't.
Like, you're playing a really good game. That's why I said that. McKenzie says, I get that, and like I figured, like I understood that it probably wasn't like how she was putting it, but you have to understand, like, no matter what I hear, you know, it still scares me, even if I don't fully believe it, just because I know that this kind of conversation happened. Chelsea's like, look, Rubina and Chemo, they want to take Cam to the end, okay? They know that they can beat him, so that's why they really want him. You know, McKenzie's like, look, in case my words get twisted, since Rubina likes to twist people's words and things like that, I did say, yes, I know that you and Cam are close, but, like, you know, I just kind of meant it as, like, an obvious kind of observation, right? Chelsea says, you know, it's crazy that she brought this up. Like, this is crazy that, you know, she would even bring this up in the first place because, like, I would have taken the shot at you during the double. Like, if I knew that I wanted to take you out, I would have just simply taken that shot during the double. They are hoping that Rubina will stick with the girls' alliance, but they are now starting to discuss the possibility of her going up this week and leaving. You know, her leaving this week, I should say, 'cause she's already going up, but her leaving. When she was safe. So, you know, not the best move on Rubina's part because Rubina was pretty much upon like 100%. She was safe. the target was never her. And now, because of this, the two of them are starting to talk about her being a target. Now, McKenzie is starting to also get worried that Cam would want to take her out next week because this is his only move. He doesn't have anything on his resume. He's going to want to take a big shot. But Chelsea's like, no, no, no. Like, Cam's going to want to stick with us until final 3. Chelsea, another person planting the seeds to ensure that she gets to take Rubina to final 2. Okay, I think Chelsea, in her dream world, she wants to take Rubina, she wants to take Cam, any one of them. She has been planting those seeds to ensure that, hey, everybody wants to turn on McKenzie, get McKenzie out, get each other out, but let me take one of y'all. So the feeds do go down for nominations, and Chemo and Rubina, they are up on the block, obviously. So Chemo and Rubina, they have a pretty long discussion. Rubina's cutting Chemo's hair, but Chemo does confirm in this conversation he never had a final 2 with Angela, because remember, this is something that McKenzie has started because she heard something from Angela. He does start to discuss how there is something else at play, especially with Chelsea, and the two of them do start to go into, can we take a shot at Chelsea? Is there a way we can get Chelsea out? Isn't it kind of weird how Chelsea's acting? Why didn't Chelsea put up Kim? Why didn't Chelsea put up this person during the double? They start to realize some things aren't adding up. You know, they're also talking about how it doesn't make sense, the people that Chelsea would like to take to final 2, if she's not working with them, and arguably that she wants to take her biggest threat to final 2, it just doesn't really make sense. So those two start to talk about what they would do. Now, y'all two need to win at HOH, okay, but at least the conversations are happening. Cam and McKenzie also at some point of the night have a conversation as well. And again, McKenzie pitches this thing to Cam that she and Chelsea talked about, you know, putting Chelsea up, you know, so that way it can be a move that looks good to the jury, that this can be a move for Cam. And Cam runs back and tells Chelsea this entire thing, and Chelsea's just like, yeah, the jury's not going to see that stuff, though. That they don't get footage of that. So again, there is definitely some clashing happening. There's definitely some puzzle pieces being built. We will see. Obviously, our nominees are Chemo and Rubina, but we will see who pulls out the veto. I think it could be sort of interesting. Anyways, if you made it to this point of the video, that means you liked the video. So please help me to drum up engagement on the videos by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It really inspires me to keep creating. Please make sure you are subscribed, that you have the bell on so you know when I drop videos. Also, if you like Survivor, like I said, I just did a recap of episode 2, and I also recapped episode 1 last week, so check out my Survivor 47 recap videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next recap. Bye!